Hello, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Brian. And we're the WVGamers. Recently, an island of Pacifica was discovered. A number of explorers have gone there and found that the island is covered in various precious resources, such as precious gems. Gem hunters now come here and set up a place called Gemtown. This is going to be the central operations of their gem hunting activities on the island. They're going to explore, try to find all of the precious gems to basically gain a lot of fame and fortune.
The precious.
I told her she could do that. So, this is a game that is going to be coming to Kickstarter Tuesday. What's the date on Tuesday? The
18th?
18th, 19th? Here in 3 or 4 days. And we were given the opportunity to preview it and bring it to everyone to kind of see and kind of get an idea if it's a type of game that they would enjoy or not. So, the premise of the game is you all are taking on the roles of the gem hunters. You will be giving a character card, and and these are the little character stands for those. You'll have a character card, and they'll give you some attributes and some special abilities, and then you'll be exploring the map, going to various mines, performing little mini games to gain money, and turning in those precious gems into more refined gems that will be good for your purposes of making nice artifacts.
And those cost a lot more.
Yeah, they cost a lot more. It's like, what, almost double the price? Yeah, it's double the price whenever they're refined. So now we're going to switch to the other view. I'm going to talk you through a little more about the game, and then we're actually going to do a full run-through. So, let's get to the other view. Alright, so this is the board. There's some things outside the board that you won't be able to see, but mostly it's just cards and whatnot. So, as I was explaining, this is Gemtown. This is all one area, and this is where you're going to have your basic things that you would have in a town. Your hospital, your diners, what else do we have? We jewelers, the pub, hotel, and museum. Those are all going to have little events that can be that you can take part of when you're in those locations. Outside of Gemtown are various locations such as native villages, because our dog just knocked the camera. Native villages where you can gather like food and whatnot. Supply posts where you can get tools in case you're mining and for some reason your tools break. And then there's the actual mines themselves. At these mines, you'll basically travel to them, use a D8 to do a mining roll, and then based on the different charts that are here on these character references that you can't see, here's a character reference for mini games, and then there's ones for different locations.
And they are double-sided. We just have them one side up so it's easier for us during the playthrough.
Yep. So, the game is actually very straightforward. It looks a lot more complicated than it really is, but what's really neat about this game is whenever you go into any of the locations that's not a named location, like a village or the mines or Gemtown, any of the different terrain on the board, once you go into one of those hexes, you're going to be drawing a fate card, and there's, I think, 240 fate cards total. So there's a lot of different cards that can come up. And on these are going to be some sort of challenge, such as maybe you encounter some bandits, or perhaps you are getting bitten by a snake or a spider. Some of them are better fortune for yourself. Sometimes you'll find companions, equipment, things to make your life during the game a lot easier. There's also even a little Jeep to make yourself be able to drive around the board a lot faster. I think this gives you 3 additional spaces on your movement. So there's a lot of different things that you're going to be able to do, and there's multiple ways to play the game. Like, the goal of the game is you're going to have these quest cards. Let me have one, please. These quest cards are going to basically be some kind of artifact, some treasure, that you're collecting the gems, and then you're going to take it to the jeweler to basically have them turn into a more of an artifact that's worth more. Let's see if I can get that. So, like right here, you'll see at the bottom it says 4 sapphires and 2 topazes to create these fire gauntlets. And these are, yeah, they're really nice. I had these last game and I couldn't get them made.
Thanos gauntlet.
Yeah, Thanos Gauntlet. But basically, when you complete these, you're getting yourself one step closer to completing whatever the objective of the game is. And the different ways that you can play it is what we're going to do today is the simple quick mode, which is basically the first person to complete one of their quest cards will win the game. But there are other modes. You could do a time mode where you play for a set time, 60 or 120 minutes, and basically once that timer is finished, whoever has the most points in most money in terms of completed quest cards will win. Or you can play until someone reaches a certain threshold. So you might say $125,000 in completed quests. So there's different ways you can play. Like I said, we're going to play the short version just because we don't want this live stream to go on for hours. Our first game of this that we played, when we were also trying to learn it, the simple version actually took like an hour and a half just because fate cards were not on
They
our
were
side.
not kind to us. We constantly had to change out our passport, to change out our characters, and then we kept getting beaten by bounty men.
Yeah, I lost
I
all
kept
my
breaking
stuff.
my feet.
Yeah, I lost all my stuff twice during that game, so that was not fun. Let me just make sure everything's still going good over here before we actually start playing. So I'd hate for audio not to be working. Okay, so everything seems to be working. So we're not going to go through everything up front. We're just going to kind of explain things as they come up during the game. But the components of the game, you're going to have all these different cards that are the refined gems. You'll have a bag of various gems. These gems, I'm not sure if these are going to be the finalized, because, again, everything you see is prototype, so things are subject to change, but those are like the same types of gems that come in like Quartz, the game Quartz, and other similar games. You're actually going to come with actual... She tried to show these off earlier, but I don't think the camera was working. There's actually going to be character standees for each of the characters that are on the passports. We're not going to use these today simply because when you see the drop-down view, you're not going to be able to see it. Instead, we're going to be using these little wooden tokens. I'm not entirely sure if these will come with the game. I imagine they might. But for our purposes, these just work a lot better on camera because you can actually see where they are. We'll see how yellow... Yeah, yellow still shows up. Again, you'll come with 2 dice. These will be used for different purposes. We'll get that out of here. You'll come with various standees and tokens like this. There's a jeep, there's a monkey, and then other things. The board, it is a one-sided board, so it's not a double-sided board. You'll get your money in your various denominations. It's more like your standard like Monopoly money. You have quest cards. You'll have like pearls and whatnot. Player references, enough for all players, because I believe this supports 2 to 4 players. And there's four sets of these for everybody, or 4 sets enough for everybody. And that's pretty much it. Again, this is a prototype, so things may change during the Kickstarter. New things may be unlocked and whatnot. So I think we're just going to go ahead and get started, and at the end, we'll kind of give you more of our thoughts on what we think of the game. So, I've gone first almost every other time. Amanda, you're going to go first this time.
Okay. And to start the game, each player gets $2,000, and we already set that portion up. And then we get each 2 quest cards. So 1, 2.
And again, the way we're going to be playing, the first player to complete one of these is going to win. And you'll see as we play how we're going to complete those. And then the final thing we get is we get 3 of these little passports, which are our characters. We're going to look at them and decide which one we're going to take. So what's on these different character cards? Let's see if I can get them up there. Nope. Let's face it towards myself. So probably can't really tell it very well, but there's a couple paragraphs. Basically, those are the special attributes that are unique about this character. And then you're going to have a strength and a skill number. Those are going to be used during some of the fate encounters. So you might have to fight your way out of a group of thugs by using strength. You might have another encounter that uses the skill. And what you'll do is whatever your number is on this, plus a d8, plus any equipment cards that you may have acquired through the actual fate cards, you'll add all those numbers together. And if you succeed, well, hopefully good fortunes come to you. Otherwise, you might get sent to the hospital, or even worse, like what happened to me in the first game, you'll lose all your stuff. So not good. So, go ahead and tell them about yours while I am looking at my characters and figuring out who I'm going to be.
I am Bob Bornready. The quintessential adventure. At game start, you get first use of the Jeep, always. So that means my little wooden piece gets to go up here where the Jeep parking is. You know the local train like the back of your hand. Where there are gems to be had, you're going to find them. +1 to all mining rules. So anytime I go into locations where I can mine, even with the Oyster Cove, when I roll the D8, I get a +1 to it. So hopefully I would end up getting more of the rough jewels. And then my strength is a 4 and my skill is 4.
Alright, I'm going to go with the character I used in our first game. She didn't do well for me last time because I kept losing all my stuff, but I feel Gemma's going to do better for me. So I'm going to be Gem Lover. She's a true lover of jewels. You know the finest jewelers in town. I'll get a +1 whenever I try to convert my rough gems into the refined gems. Nothing will stand in your way of acquiring beautiful adornments. You may carry 6 rough gems and 6 oysters at any time. So normally your carrying limit is 5 of the rough gems and 5 of the oyster cards. But my character can have 6. And other limitations in terms of card count limits. There are 2 types of cards in the Fate deck. There's multiple types. There's one-use items, and then there's continuous use items. You can have 3 of either of those categories, or both of those categories. So you can have 3 continuous use cards and 3 one-use cards. If you ever exceed that at any point, you'll simply choose one to discard to get yourself down to the 3, unless some card says otherwise. The last 2 things about my character is a strength 1 and skill 2. So hopefully I avoid a lot of encounters because I'm not good at those. So we're going to put these back at the bottom of the deck. I'm just going to push these over here. It is possible that we will play in a game and change our roles. Our first game, we both changed roles, I believe.
Yeah, a couple of times.
So it is entirely possible. And then there's some ways that you have the option to change instead of being forced into it.
And before we start, the oyster cards, there are different types of oyster cards as well. Like there's purple, there's black, there's white, there's gold pearls, there's various numbers on them for like however many you get. Like there's 1, 2, and 3, I believe, on it. So like if your quest card asks for like 2 white pearls and you have a card that's 3 white pearls, you still can turn that in to fulfill that quest. You just don't get the excess back.
Yeah, so while all the others you know exactly what you're getting when you go and mine, the oysters are a little unique in the fact that there's a little bit of a gamble. You may go there and spend multiple turns mining and never get what you need. I think that happened yesterday or day before when we were playing this. So it happens. That's the luck part. So in terms of our quests, I'm going to show you, and Amanda's going to look away. These are my 2 quests that I'm going to try to complete.
Ooh, oh.
So you can see what those are. And again, if we were playing in a game where... You can look again. If we were playing in a game where we were trying to get the most value, that bottom number is what you're kind of looking at. You want to complete the ones that have the most. For us, we're actually probably going to be looking at the ones that have a lower number because they're probably going to be easier to obtain. So it's whoever gets one done first in this case. So, do you want to show off yours?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Close your eyes.
I'll take a drink.
Don't look.
I'm looking over here at these other games.
Oh, I gotta turn it the other way.
Did the same thing. So there you go. All right, Amanda, start us off. So on your turn, or at the beginning of the game, everyone starts.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't.
I start with the G.
I didn't listen to her. I was reading my own. Normally, characters will start in Gym Town, and then they decide where they're going to go from there, or start mini games. On your turn, you'll be able to make one movement action and one action. There is some instances where you may actually do more than one action, but we'll handle those when they come up.
Okay. And because I get to start with a Jeep, I get 3 additional movement spaces as I move.
Yeah, so she's just going to confuse you all whenever you get to play this.
So I rolled a 4, so I get to move a total of 7 spaces. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I lied. I'm backtracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, she's going off the beaten path. So on here, there's different terrain. There's the mountains, the jungle, the beaten path, which is this path that goes throughout everywhere, and then the desert. If you stay on the beaten path, your encounters are a little more tame. But any of the other 3 areas, you run the risk of having some worse encounters happen. So, okay, trade. You may trade any one of your continuous use cards in exchange for one from an opponent's hand. If you don't have a continuous use card, do nothing. Your turn is over. So.
Hey, do you want to trade my nothing continuous card?
No. So if I had a continuous card, she could basically steal it from me. So that was your turn.
That is my turn.
Okay. So now I'm in Gym Town. So I have a decision. I haven't actually even looked at my stuff. I should probably actually look at what I'm going after. Okay. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So I know what I'm going to do. I don't really want to do any of the mini games in town. We will get to those at one point, but I don't feel like arm wrestling or waiting tables or anything like that. So I'm actually, this entire space is one big space. So I'm going to choose to go here and cross this bridge. Now, again, there are different rough of these. Which one am I looking for? This one. There are different references. So I'm going to be looking at this, and you can see that it has, if it focuses, it has different challenges that come up, and basically are different types of challenges, and you're going to roll the D8 and see how you do. So for me, bridge crossing, I really don't want a 1. I really don't want a 2 either. So I rolled a 4. So on a 4, I crossed the bridge safely. Now when you cross a bridge and you move into one of the trains, you basically automatically perform your action. And so Amanda's going to read what happens to me.
The beaten path. Earthquake! Execute immediately. A violent earthquake rumbles the ground beneath you. Your confidence is shaken, so you sit and rest a while to calm your nerves. Lose your next turn.
I'm just going to sit here. Jimma doesn't like earthquakes very much. So that's me.
Okay, so I'm going to try and move 1 space so then I can cross that bridge.
Okay.
Oh, look! I can move 5.
So, basically, when you're not in Gym Town, if you move to a bridge spot or a spot adjacent to a bridge, you can immediately choose to cross by doing the same challenge I just did.
Okay, now I'm going to try and cross this bridge. Come on, bridge. 5.
She is good.
I am successful. And because of that, I landed in the ruby area, so I get to go ahead and mine. And because of Bob Born ready, I get a +1 to all mining rolls.
Yep.
So let me see.
So what she's looking at is this chart here. And basically at the top, again, I don't know if you're going to be able to read that, but basically it gives you the same thing, 1 to 8, different things that could happen. So what'd you get?
I got a 2, but I get a +1 because of my Bob Born ready.
Man,
so I get a 3.
It's a good thing Bob came prepared because she was about to get nothing. But instead, she gets 1 rough gem. So she's going to obtain 1 rough ruby.
1 ruby.
Yep.
And that ends my turn. And I do not draw a fate card because I'm in a mining location.
Yep. I'm still trying to get over my nerves of the whole earthquake, so I'm just going to sit here.
And I'm still in a mining location, so I'm going to mine some more. And really hope I don't get a 1. 8! So I get to get 2 rough gems.
Yep. Yeah, so on your turn, you have a move and an action, but you only have to really do 1 of those. You don't have to do either. You just must do 1 thing. So she stayed in mind, and she can do those in any order. Do you want to leave or do you want to stay?
I would like to attempt to cross the bridge out.
Okay. Don't fall.
3.
I think you're fine. You cross safely.
Woohoo! And because of that, I land in the jungle fate area.
Yep. Super Satchel. Use anytime. Continuous use. You have a waterproof locking Super Satchel. It protects your cash and gems. This nullifies groups of local thugs, caravans of gypsies, a portion of windstorms, and if you fall when you're trying to cross a rope bridge, all of your gems are safe. This would have been wonderful during our first game. Man, that's some...
I think I actually had that in our first game.
I don't think you had it when it happened, though.
No.
Yeah. Alright, so that was the end of her turn. Now it goes back to me. I've kind of gotten over the whole aftershock. So, I'm going to go ahead and roll a d6 and move.
Roll a d6.
I move 1 space. I'm going to go into the desert and see what bad things happen.
Desert. Not to be confused with dessert.
Yep.
Severe sunburn. Execute immediately. You've been in the sun far too long. You've earned yourself 1 severe sunburn. It's like real life.
Yeah.
You must go directly to the nearest native village to have your burn tended to by the local medicine man. Play resumes as usual on your next turn from your new location. So you have to go to a native village.
Yep, I know. So I go over here. Man, maybe Gemma should have thought, is the desert really the best place for her? I mean, she has fine skin. It was always going to be bad.
I was going to say, it's fitting for Gemma because she's a redhead and fair-skinned to get that sunburn.
I mean, it didn't take her long. It didn't take long for the burn to set in, so.
All right. So I am going to move again and try to attempt to cross that bridge. I get to move. And I'm going to attempt to cross this bridge. And it's a 7. I am successful. And because I landed in a beaten path, I get a fate card.
Oh no. Bob's having an identity crisis.
Oh no!
You must trade your character card with a character card which is not currently in place. Take the top 2 cards of the character deck and select a new one, shuffling the others back in. Oh no.
Bob, I hardly knew you, man.
Poor Bob. That's rough. Well, hopefully whoever you get next will be better off. Poor Bob.
Oh.
Alright, so while she decides what she's going to do, that is the end of her turn. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with my turn. Man, let's see. What do we have over here? I kind of got further away than I wanted to be from where I wanted to go. Okay, so I'm going to just go south in the desert and hope that sun doesn't get me again. So 2. 1, 2. I'm walking really slow in the desert.
Like, this would be beneficial. I haven't done the black market stuff, though. I'm going to go for Miguel Marathoner. You have a good run. +3 to all movement rolls. However, you may not use any other movement modifiers. So, like, I can't add 3 plus the 3 of the Jeep. But if I lose the Jeep at some point in time, I still got the 3 movement.
And she can keep that Jeep just to keep me from getting it. I could go and try to have a strength battle with her to steal it from her, but it's so far away.
And then one of my good friends is a helicopter pilot, and I can automatically get 1 helicopter to safety ride per game. And then you just have to see the helicopter to safety section of the card guide for further details.
Wow.
So,
all right. I'm in the desert, and I'm going to have some fate happen.
Oh, fate.
Yeah.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. You know what happens after a good earthquake, right?
A sunburn.
And after that sunburn?
A heat stroke.
No.
What?
Flash flood!
Of course it does.
You hear a deafening rumble off in the distance. Wait, now it's right upon you. You're swept in the current all the way back to Gymtown. Immediately place your character marker in Gymtown. Resume play as usual on your next turn from your new location.
So, Jim has had a really good run of it. She walked across the bridge, dealt with an earthquake, sat around for a little while, just trying to collect herself, got a nasty sunburn, which the natives had to fix, and got swept in a flood somehow in a desert, all the way back to Gymtown. Man, go Gemma. Okay.
Real quick question: did you update the stream title?
I did a couple times.
Just wanted to make sure because it's saying to update.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that was your turn.
Yep.
Poor Gemma.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and continue proceeding down. 5.
Like I'll check while you're doing that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and because I still have Mr. GP Cheap, I get to go another 3. 1, 2, and 3.
Or your feet. I mean, both ways, you're going to get to go the extra 3 feet.
Please be a good card. Brian is the only one that's supposed to get the bad ones.
It's not a bad card. Trade pearls. Anytime one use. Trade up to 2 oyster cards from your hand in exchange for the top 2 of the oyster deck. Or top ones out of the oyster deck. So if you trade 2, you get 2.
Nice.
Man, I want to be Miguel. Alright. Huh.
So what would you like to do,
I'm
Gemma?
going to go back to the desert. Because why not? I'm going to ride the ferry this time. What's the worst thing that can happen on a ferry? So, bridges is very similar. They just go to different locations, typically, but they still have the same D8 type of roll. But some characters do have, like, they can just avoid rolling this at all for those. That is an 8. That's good for me. I can't imagine anything bad happening. So, I go over to the ferry. Let's see what's going to happen in the desert this time.
Think it's good?
No, not at all.
No, it's horrible.
Okay.
You get extra rations!
Okay.
Use anytime. One-time use. You weren't sure how long you'd be on this quest, so you packed some extra rations just in case. Nullifies any lost rations, ran out of rations, or spoiled rations. Also nullifies a portion of Windstorm.
The extra rations are actually for the dog. It's not for her.
Oh yeah, because she's got a little chihuahua.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. It's your turn.
I am in Oyster Cove. And now I do not have that +1 because I'm no longer Bob
Yep,
Born
that's
ready.
true.
So let's see how many oysters I get. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
What happens? You
I got a
1.
1. Broke my pickaxe. You must purchase new tools.
Mm.
Oh no, Amy!
Bad thing about having dogs around that you mess up all the camera work that we spent a good bit of time trying to get working. I apologize for everybody watching.
I broke my what?
You're digging for oysters.
Oh, I'm digging for oysters.
Yeah.
Nothing!
It's better than breaking tools.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. It's not mining when I'm in Oyster Cove.
Yep. Lucky. Okay. And we don't draw a fate card because you're in that location. So I'm going to move to 1, 2. I'm also going to try to get me some oysters. I get a 4, so I get 1.
4. Get 1 oyster.
Okay. So this is what I've obtained. It's upside down, but I think everyone can see that.
What did he get, everyone?
Okay. That was my turn.
And you're in a location, so you don't get a fate.
Yep.
So I'm going to try doing some oysters.
1.
This die's rigged.
So, do you want... That was your action. Do you want to move away?
No.
Okay.
I would like to stay so I can get some oysters.
I'm going to... Actually, what did I get? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to continue. That is an 8. That's the exact opposite, so it's not rigged. So I get 2.
It's rigged for you.
Alright. So I got some more stuffs here. Okay. Actually, do I care about being here anymore? Did I get what I want? No. No, I didn't. I'm going to stay. So it's your turn.
Roll for me.
That's
a 6. I get 1 oyster.
Okay. And you'll find that there'll probably be a few turns that once you get to a location that you've spent a couple turns getting to, you'll end up just staying there and kind of churning and doing the same thing over and over. But that's not a bad thing because I highly recommend getting a couple extra. You want to try to get as many of whatever you think because those fake cards wipe you out.
They do.
So I'm going to continue digging for oysters. I get 1.
You get 1.
Okay. Do I have what I need now? Do I? Okay, I'm going to leave. So I've used my action to do the mining and now, or the digging. Now I'm going to simply leave. Where do I want to go? That's the question. Okay. So I'm going to roll the d6, move 5 spaces. Yeah, I should have really taken that card from you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm heading over here to the Whispering Canyon where there are opals, I've been told. Okay, tell me what's going to happen.
Gypsy blessing. Use anytime.
Oh, blessing.
One-time use. Your travels have served... Blah, blah, blah. Your travels have served you well, as you've met all types of folks through the years. Luckily, one of those people was a kind-hearted gypsy who blessed your gem hunting mission. Nullifies any lost turns. Also nullifies caravan of gypsies and evil eye.
Is this one use?
Yep.
Well, you know what? I will keep that for when those gypsies come because they will come after me. It's your turn.
I am going to keep going for oysters. That's a 3. I get 1 oyster.
And as a reminder, of oyster cards, you're only allowed to have 5 unless you're Gemma, and she can have 6. So it's one of those things you just keep staying. Okay. I'm
holding down the oyster cove.
So I'm going to go here. I go into the Whispering Canyon and immediately perform a mining action. I get a 4, so I get 1 opal, please.
1 opal.
1 little white opal. Okay, I'm done.
That's 2. I get 1 oyster.
There you go.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay. I'm going to try digging one more time. I got an 8. I would like 2 of those, please. And I'm going to use my move action to move away. Because I don't need to be here anymore. Let's see. Alright, I'm going to roll the d6. I'm going to move 5 spaces. I'm not using it yet, but there are railroads on the board that can basically get you to the 2 diagonals. So like here to here and here to here. And basically there's a roll for that. You'll see whatever the roll is, and hopefully you'll be successful and you won't lose a turn or miss the train. I think that's the what they say. You missed the car. Yep. So I'm going to move my 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still in the desert. I'm trying to get desperately to a village. Go ahead and pull a fate card. So I didn't mention this earlier. So I said you only get 1 move and 1 action per turn. However, if you start your turn off doing the mining, you always have to pull a fate card if you end in one of the normal hexes. So in those cases, you're technically getting 2 actions. It's a forced action. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Evil eye. Execute immediately.
Go ahead.
A passing gypsy gives you an odd look. You aren't sure if she thought you were cute or if she cursed you. Roll 1d8 die to find out.
I'm really hoping I'm cute. That's a 5.
That's a 5er. She had a twitch in her eye, so she accidentally cursed you. Lose your next turn.
I'm just going to lose my next turn because I know what those gypsies can do. I'd rather keep this for that. So I will simply sit out here and bake in the desert again.
I'm going to try one more oyster. That's a 2, and I get 1 oyster. Woo.
You staying or you leaving?
I am leaving.
Okay. You're moving 4 spaces.
Hopefully that is not a bad decision.
Uh-oh. Burial ground. You've just come upon what is clearly an old burial site. You are feeling strange and spooked. Go immediately to the local native village to have your aura cleansed and blessed. Play resumes on your next turn from your new location. So over there. Okay, there you go. That wasn't too bad. Just lost you a little bit of movement. All right. I'm still enjoying the sun. It's your turn.
Oh, my turn.
Yep.
So, I'm cleansed.
Yep. It just happens.
Well, I'm going to attempt to get back to Gymtown. Ooh. 6, so 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Close.
The beaten path.
Trade. 1 use. You may trade any one of your 1-use cards in exchange for an opponent's from their hands. If you do not have a 1-use, do nothing. Your turn is over. Do you have a 1-use?
I do have a 1-use.
Do you want to trade that with either of my things that you want to steal from me? Basically, you trade a 1-use for a 1-use.
Yeah, I'd like to trade for that gypsy blessing.
Alright, so I'm getting your trade pearls. Alright.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. Now I'm done being in the sun, because it's not fun, despite what people tell you. Really want to get back to that. I want to get back to town. So I'm hoping I get at least to the beaten path. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm on the beaten path. Hopefully nothing terrible will happen. Hopefully no gypsies.
New client. Use anytime. 1-time use. You're becoming quite popular in your circuit. You have yet another referrer. You've been commissioned to create another of your spectacular jeweled masterpieces. You may draw 1 quest card from the top of the quest card deck.
And this is whenever I want to?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to go ahead and use it?
I might as well. I mean, why not? I can hold on to it for a while, but, I mean, I only have 2 quest cards. You can only ever have 3 quest cards in your possession at a time. So, had I had 3, and I just drew this, I'd pick 1 to simply discard. So, now I have more options for my stuff. So, let's got this nice little... Isn't that pretty? Okay.
What's so beautiful?
I mean, I can just tell you, it's an emerald or a skeleton key.
Ooh, that one is pretty.
Yeah, I know. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right. So that was my fate. So what's your fate going to be?
I'm going to move. And I'm going to move a lot to this bridge.
Don't fall.
Shut your mouth.
2.
You lose your nerve. Your turn is over.
You dislike bridges anyway.
I do.
So.
I'm not a big fan of them.
So.
As his dad likes to torment me when we go to the Outer Banks for vacation.
That is true. All right, I get 6. I'm just going to run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still on that beaten path because I'm afraid of the desert.
I really like this card. All is well. Execute immediately. All is well. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, keep on trucking. Well, that's good.
Alright, I'm going to attempt the bridge.
She really
I'm
doesn't.
just going to hang out on the side of the bridge to get my nerve up.
Maybe we should take the boat.
I'm already there.
Alright, I move
Oh,
one
wait,
more.
hang on. I'm still on the beaten path.
Oh,
technically.
Yeah. No, your turn is over.
Oh, yeah, because I did the... Never mind.
But, so, I move one. I'm on the beaten path.
Ultralight survival shelter. Use anytime. Continuous use. You never know what Mother Nature may throw your way when you're on an adventure of this proportion. You are Gemma.
Yep, go ahead and tell me what does it protect against? I can imagine sunburn.
You don't plan on getting caught unprepared, so you packed a grade A survival shelter. Protects against heat-related maladies and all inclement weather except flash flood. So
Okay.
it wouldn't protect you against the flash flood.
But I wouldn't have got that sunburn.
No.
I'm pretty sure I probably picked that up at the supply post that I just passed by.
Probably. My turn.
Yep.
Come on, let me cross.
Hey, there you go.
There we
You're allowed to
go.
cross. So I was her move into town.
Okay. And now I would like to try to make some gems into some finer gems.
Yep. So she's going to go to the get the jeweler to get the gems cut into the refined gems that we have over here.
So I'm paying $1,000 to refine this one ruby.
So this could either get destroyed doing nothing, or she can get 1 or 2 refined gems out of this.
And I just kicked it. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Okay, just leave it.
I'm trying to fix it.
Just leave it. Okay. Go ahead and... Clearly we need to work on our setup a little bit. Three.
I get 1 rough gem.
Put that.
Or, I'm sorry, not rough gem. Hang on. Gem cutting, 3. Get 1 perfectly faceted.
Yep. I guess we've been saying refined, but it's faceted. That's basically so then it can be put onto these different pieces of jewelry and artifacts.
That is my turn.
Okay. I'm going to move. I'm going to move over to the bridge. Immediately try to cross it. I get a 7. I cross it. And now with my action, I am going to... Yeah, this money's not mine. I'm going to do the same thing because I really don't want to lose these gems. Because you can lose these rough gems. They can be stolen from you and whatnot. But once you get the cards and they're refined, they're faceted, they are protected. They can't be stolen or anything. So, I've paid my 1,000. There's my gem. Here's my roll. That's 7. That is 2.
I get 2 perfectly faceted gems.
Sweet. I have 2 opals in my possession now. That is my turn.
On my turn, I would like to attempt this again.
I have this fear that I feel like I'm doing good finally, and she's just gonna like get what she needs and just end it.
I get 2 perfectly ones.
2 rubies. So put that away.
Yep.
So in addition to collecting these gems for the quest cards, you can also sell them. So if you sell just the rough gems, you get basically whatever half the value is on the cards, and they're also shown on this reference. But if you sell the actual cards themselves, you can get the full market value. I believe that also varies depending on where you're doing it. Gemtown, you get it for full price. I think the native villages, it's half of the stated price. So, yeah. So, okay. So that was
my turn.
That was your turn. So now it's back over to me. Mostly because I don't want to keep doing the same thing, so you actually see something different. I'm going to go and work at the diner because I only have 1,000 left. And while, yes, that would allow me to convert 1 more of these, I would like to have a little extra money on hand just in case. So I'm going to do the working at the diner minigame. I'm going to roll a d8. I'm going to roll a 3. You earn 500 and meet a new client who commissions you to make a new masterpiece. Take 500 from the bank, which is over here.
Green.
And take a new quest card. Now, I have
Decisions.
I have decisions to make because I now have 4 quest cards, and this is not something I can have excess of. So, oh, I don't want to give that up because it's cute. I'm going to go with the cute factor. I'm totally keeping this.
So what one are you getting rid of?
I'm getting rid of a simple headdress. I think everyone would agree. I'm not going to complete this, but it's adorable. Look at that. The golden turtle.
I want to see. Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah. So, that was me working at the diner. That was my mini game. I don't want to move, so I'm going to stay in Gymtown, and I'm going to go through a couple of these mini games just so you can see what happens. Other things that could have happened at the diner is I could have earned $1,500 for a single shift, doing really, really well. I could have also got a really good tip by someone giving me a rough gym of my choice. Or I could have broke more dishes than I was washing and lose my next turn and get fired. So, those are the things that could happen.
I would like to sell.
Okay.
I would like to sell these pearls.
Okay.
So I have two purple pearls for 3,000, 3 gold pearls for 2,100, and 2 peach pearls for 1,200.
So 5163.
6,300.
She's got tons of money. There's your 6. 1. Oh, is there 100? Yeah, there's hundreds. Let me give you that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the purples, I think.
Yep. 1, 2, and 3. There you go.
Pleasure doing business with you.
All right, so what's this 500 for?
Oh, you got it from arm
Oh,
wrestling.
yeah, or yeah, my working. I forgot to put it over there. Okay, are you doing anything else? Are you leaving?
I would like to head out.
Okay, where are you going?
I would like to attempt to cross the bridge.
Okay.
That's not me.
That is not you. That is totally me. You and your car.
That is a 6er.
Where are you going? Black market or over and start heading to the mountains?
Heading towards the mountains.
Okay. Let's get you a beaten path card. Trade 1 use card. We saw this earlier. She can basically trade a 1 use card of hers with me. I doubt she's going to do that because she really likes that Gypsy Blessing.
You may trade, so no.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
Okay. That's your turn.
My turn.
Let's see. Gemma has had enough. She's bulked up a lot in the desert. She's gonna go have a good time in the pub and get into an arm wrestling match with somebody. So I roll the d8. I roll a 4. Not bad. I win 1,500. That's pretty good.
Nice.
She's kind of, like I said, she's just kind of had it. This desert's kind of just worn her out. So there's me some money. Okay. Back over to you because I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. I would like to start trekking up to Dark Mountain. That's a 6, so that's going to be 9 movements.
Closest, basically as far as you can get?
Yep.
1,
Going
2,
trying to
3,
find a
4,
straight
5,
line.
6, 7, 8, 9. No. Let's see if you regret this decision in the mountains.
I probably do, because the mountains are hard.
Huh. We get to see what this does.
Oh, no.
Overly friendly monkey. Execute immediately. You're suddenly joined by an overly friendly monkey. He jumps onto your shoulder and won't leave you alone. You and the monkey will now travel together. Place the monkey token under your marker and move along with... Man, I can't read. Move it along with you as you move about the board. If the monkey is already traveling with another player, he immediately leaves the other player and joins you. No movement or roll dice needed. This nullifies snake encounters and pack of wild monkeys as long as he's with you. He can also hold an additional 5 rough gems. That is powerful. So go ahead and
I really like you, monger.
So go ahead and take him off of the... This is one of those things you just, like, put it... So... You know what? We're just going to put this with you so then we...
So then we know.
It's already getting a little hard to tell. I may have just moved you closer. Oh, well.
If you count 9
it's
from the path.
It's only one space, if anything.
But that one space could mean the world to me.
It could mean the world to you. It's at least closer. It's definitely not further.
Hey, sweetheart.
Okay, you've done your thing.
Yep. It's your turn.
I am going to... I'm going to actually leave town finally, I think. I think it's time. I mean, I could do a mini game before I leave. That might be smart. I might as well do something. As long as it doesn't lose me anything. You know what? I don't want these opals anymore. Let's see. How much can I sell these for?
Opals, you can sell them for $2,500 each.
Okay, so I'm going to sell them. I'm going to sell both of them and get 5,000. So there's that. There we go. And so now I'm going to move. I'm going to try to see if I can cross this bridge and not die. I crossed the bridge fine. So draw me a jungle encounter.
It's a jungle out there. Net trap! Skill 5. Execute immediately. Battle. You're making good time on your trek when suddenly you get swept up in a net trap. Roll 1d8 or a d8-sided die. If your total skill, including your roll, personal skill level, and any additional helpers you may have, total 5, the struggle continues. Roll again.
I got 6.
You have 6. Your total is 8 or higher, or 6 or higher. You escape without incident.
Whew. That could have been bad. What, would I have lost gems or something if I'd stayed up there?
If it was less than 5, you lose. You lose your next turn as you struggle to free yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've lost turns. Wouldn't be the first. Okay.
So I'm going to continue trekking up to Dark Mountain.
Okay.
That's
you
a
make
5.
it to Dark Mountain.
Me and my monkey and my Jeep.
And now she's mining for what's up there? Diamonds?
3. I get 1 rough diamond.
You have those. All right.
That is my turn.
Back over to me. I'm going to move. 3. 1. Actually, there's no way to get to the beaten path. So 1, 2, 3. Actually, go there. Okay.
Oh, this is a lot.
Must be that snake.
Mm-hmm. Coral snake. Skill 8. Execute immediately. Battle. A coral snake drops down in front of you. You must get away without incident. Roll 1 8-sided die. If your total skill, including your roll, personal skill level, and any additional helpers you may have, total is 8, the struggle continues. Roll again.
I have 5.
5. You are less than 8. You lose. You're bitten and are immediately transported to the hospital for treatment.
Whee! Back into town. Didn't make it very far. I think I've learned something. Every time I leave Gym Town, bad stuff happens. Maybe we should just stay here. I mean, I've been making tons of money.
I'm going to mine some more. 2. Nothing.
Oh.
And I'm going to stay.
Okay. I'm going to try to leave Gym Town again. I don't know if I learned my lesson, clearly. 4. I crossed, no problem. Let's see what happens in the jungle this time.
A compass! Execute immediately. On the path, you find a compass. Roll 1 8-sided die to find out if it really works.
That's a 7. I think I know what that means.
Yes! After completing this turn, immediately take another!
There. See, I lost that turn, but now I gained it back. So I'm going to continue moving. 1 space. I'm going to go back to town, our native.
No, actually, you're not.
Okay.
Revolver. Use anytime. Continuous use. You're nobody's fool. You understood the risk involved with gym hunting, so you're packing heat. Plus 3 to strength.
I mean, I have had some bad times lately,
You
so
have Gemma.
Gemma's not been doing so hot, so oh well. She got a revolver, so we'll see if I have to use it. Hopefully not. It's your turn.
I'm going to continue mining. That's
7.
a 7.
That's 2.
I get 2.
Okay, you're almost at your limit. Oh no, you got a monkey. You've got a monkey. Stupid monkey. Gonna leave?
I'm going to attempt to get moved to the bridge.
This bridge over there?
Yes.
I mean, there's no way you can't. There's literally
5.
no. 1, 2, 3. Crossing the bridge?
Can I? I've already done an action.
Yeah, but that's part of the move. As soon as you step onto that hex, you immediately can cross the bridge.
Okay.
You just have to perform the roll. You
2.
don't. You lost your nerve because it's a bridge. We've seen we've already seen this.
So do I still have a mountain?
I think it says you immediately lose your turn. Your turn is over.
Okay.
Nope. So actually, that was not a bad thing, really.
That is not a bad thing.
Huh. Are you trying to go to the zip line?
I am trying to go to the zip line.
We'll talk about zip line here in a turn. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting on that beaten path. Thugs.
Dumb luck.
Ah.
Use anytime. One-time use. They say it's better to be lucky than good. Well, you're right. Counters any bad card.
Okay, I like that. No problem with that.
I'm going to attempt crossing this bridge. Boop, boop. That's a 6er.
You cross?
I cross the bridge safely. Now, crossing the bridge was my action.
That was your
Movement. So, can I utilize the zip line as an action?
Hold on, now I think about it. When you cross a bridge, once you successfully cross, you immediately draw the event card or the fate card on that side. So next turn you'll be able to do it. I hope the camera gets my disappointment here. Gypsy Blessing. But she can't have it because she already has one. So this is one card that she already has.
Is that a one use or?
It's a one use. It's the same card. So you may not have two of the same exact card. If that does happen, you simply discard one of the two cards. Okay. That was that. So that was your turn. But you got to cross the bridge. You braved it. 2. I'm staying on the beaten path.
Bodyguard. Use anytime. One-time use. You know all too well how seriously some people and thieves take gem hunting. You're taking no chances. You've hired a bodyguard for this outing. Are you kidding me? +3 to your strength. +1 on black market rolls. Nullifies quicksand, clan of local natives, and rogue gem hunters.
Sweet. I have to get rid of one because I already have 3 one uses. So I'm going to give up that trade pearls. Okay. Neat. That was my move. That was my fate. Is that all your turn?
I would like to utilize the zipline.
All right. I believe it's 1,000 if you're going to go all the way back. So when you get to the zip line goes from outside of the map, or outer part of the map, into Gemtown. So you can go from the mountains either to the zip stop in the jungle or straight to Gemtown. It's basically 500 per section. So to go to the zip stop here, it's 500. To go all the way down, it would be 1,000 total. You may not go backwards unless you have a card that says otherwise.
There is a character card that allows that.
Yeah.
I would like to go the full distance because I'm going for speed.
Okay, so that was your movement.
Yes. I would like to...
I have this fear this game's coming to an end very soon. If her rolls work well. She's gone back to town too many times. It's that monkey.
I would like to do a diamond, but I need 4,000 and change.
No, you can't have change.
So what's that one?
No, if you gotta lose all that extra money. It's 2.
Gem cutting 2. You get 1 perfectly.
And what was that gem that you were trading in?
A diamond.
Diamond. You have 1 diamond.
Okay.
And that is your turn.
That is my turn.
Going to move. I get 6. I'm moving over to this bridge. Going to attempt to cross it. I get a 4, which is a success. I go into the mine. I immediately mine. I roll a 2. Nothing happens. I do not break my weapons. I get nothing. I don't believe I have anything to modify that. Nope. Nope. Okay, that's my turn.
I would like to continue talking to Mr. Traveler, or Jeweler.
Okay.
And I would like to see if he can make me this gift pin. Gift pin.
I told you this is ending soon.
I have 1 diamond. I have 2 rubies. And I have 2 white pearls. But you can utilize the 1 pearl, Mr. Jeweler, take it as a tip.
Okay. Okay.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's look at this. That's a fake. That's
Not
it's clearly
fake.
All right. So that basically runs you through the entire game of Gem Hunt. Trying to see if there's any other things. Like I said, there are a few mini games we didn't go through. We didn't go through the black market where you can get some. Let's see. Basically, you can get money. You could trade gems for other gems. That's basically what you could do there. Diner, we already did that. You can go to the museum and basically mingle up with people to basically get additional quest cards given to you, potentially. Arm wrestling is just straight money and potentially a new gym. We went across the ferry. We went across the bridge. Again, we talked about the railroads. Again, those are basically just a roll here. Jeep Monkey happens. Yeah, I believe we covered just about everything. Again, there are 240 of these fate cards. We
didn't get through too many. We would get through more if we played for the longer games.
Yeah. This was a short game. This was actually a really short game compared to our others. Maybe 20-ish cards once we count these and the cards in front of us. So we maybe gone through a very small percentage of the cards available. There are a few duplicates in some of the piles, and there are some duplicates across the different. But there's a lot of variety in this game, and that's something that we both really, really like. It's the fact that, we've played this multiple times now, and the game's gone very, very different each and every time. The first game was very unfortunate where, we just kept losing all of our stuff. Like, that ran an hour and a half for a game that we probably just did in, half an hour or less? No, maybe a little longer. It's been about an hour. So, that could happen. You could have a really good game where you just get everything you need. All the fate cards work in your favor. Like, one of our games, I was looking like that was going to happen. I had all the right cards, but I just couldn't get back to town in time to make it to finish the game. So it's really neat. I'll let you talk for a minute so I can stop.
I really enjoy this game. Like, I told Brian after our first play of it that I really dug this game. All pun intended for the digging of the gems. But I told him I like set collecting, and to me the whole mining for the gems and transferring them into the refined gems reminds me of Splendor type game. I really enjoy that. The terrain and everything, the added fate cards, I enjoy that because it adds more to it. You could get rewarded for going out into the desert, like me, or you get punished, like Brian.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that. I like that the scale of things, depending on whatever you roll, if it's low, it could be something bad, like breaking your tools, or it could be something good. Or same way with the high numbers. It could be something really good, like getting 2 rough gems, or it could be something bad, like breaking your arm and having to go to the hospital from arm wrestling too much.
Yep.
I really enjoy that. They put a lot of thought and effort into this game, and I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's going off of the interesting change in scale. A lot of these things, the higher the number is, the better. So you kind of get used to the fact that you always want high numbers on this. And you get excited when you see those high numbers. But on some of the fate cards, it's exactly flip-flopped. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like that they did that, and they didn't just always go with the assumption that high is good. Because, it kind of, whenever you roll, you never know what's going to happen. It could be really good. You can get really excited and then get really, really sad quickly. Just because you're like, yes, it's an 8. This is bound to be great. And you lose all your stuff. So, and the fact that it kind of blends, like she said, it kind of blends different types of genres together. It kind of has a role-play-ish feel to me, where they have these little story elements and whatnot, the terrain and everything. Our dog's going to whine a little bit because she wants to go out. It kind of has those different aspects to it. And the fact that you have the different characters, there's a lot of different characters that you can have. I think it's 12 of them, I believe. So, you have variety in the fact that you have the fate cards. You have the variety in this. You just have the variety in the quests that you're trying to go on. You're not playing the same game every single time. The fact that there is different in-game conditions, whether it's completing the first card or once the timer runs out in a 60 or a 120-minute game, or getting to a certain threshold on points. It's nice that they've put a lot of different thought into that and a lot of different value into your investment, because I mean it is definitely a bigger game, and even for a prototype, I mean we've seen quite a few different prototypes, and the prototype is really good. Like this is like, I don't know if it's what they call it. It's like a linen card, so it's got a very nice texture to it. Mm-hmm. So it is, the cards are really really nice. So if the official version, the Kickstarter version comes out this way, I'm going to be very pleased, and a lot of people are going to be very pleased with this. The fact that you are getting a lot of cards. I mean, I don't know the exact price. My guess is it's going to be probably one of your slightly higher up games. This is not going to be like your $40 game. This is probably gonna look like it's gonna be in the $60 to $80 range if I was to kind of take a guess, and based on some of the conversations I've had. But until the Kickstarter goes live, I don't want to say an exact number. So if you are interested in this game, definitely check out the Jim Hunt Kickstarter that, again, will go live on Tuesday. Anything else we want to talk about? I mean, I'm really pleased with this game. We will definitely be playing this more.
Like, I kind of hope, like, the money gets to be a little bit thicker. Just because, like, at the beginning you were talking about, it kind of reminds you of, like, the Monopoly money. But other than that, I really enjoy this game. And I can gloat a little bit. All 3 games we played, I won all 3.
She's beating me every time. And I have this feeling it's going to be the trend that she's going to continue beating me in all of the games. So we'll definitely be playing this some more. And like she said, that's probably the only thing I hope to see, is maybe the money change a tiny bit. But I mean, other than that, component wise, it is really impressive. Like the fact that you do have the different pieces for all of the different characters. I imagine there'll be very stretch goals. Can you go ahead and just take her out real quick? Sorry about that. The fact that you are going to have, bad thing about trying to do reviews in your dining room. The fact that you are going to have a lot of variety and whatnot, it's good. We're excited to see what this is going to be. I'm excited to see what the stretch goals are going to be. And if you are interested, get a hold of us, and we'll be happy to tell you more about it. This has been Brian. This has been Amanda. This has been our dogs. And we're the WV Gamers. Thank you for checking us out. And check out our website as well for further reviews, where we'll have a written article on this probably by the end of tomorrow.